cool again, 60 for Boston. You know, it's 48 right now in Jamestown, New York, the cool spot in the country. Meanwhile, West Coast looks good after those morning clouds in San Francisco and Los Angeles. Here's day number 2 of the holiday weekend. It calls for more rain in the southern and central plains. St. Louis could see a thunder shower. Northeast still cool and showery, especially from the Hudson Valley east, and some showers in the Rocky Mountains. More rain on Memorial Day, I'm afraid, from the Twin Cities all the way down to Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Warming up in Boston, finally, 90 and humid in Atlanta, and in the Pacific Northwest, cool and moist. That's a wrap on the holiday weekend. Make it a good, safe one, will you? Alex?
Thank you, Dave. Not everyone is going to have Chamber of Commerce weather for the Memorial Day weekend. Dr. Greg Forbes shows us which areas could be threatened by severe weather. Then pictures like these could be a little bit more green in the future thanks to something big happening the next several days. And here's a different view for you, live from the International Space Station over the Pacific Ocean as it nears South America. There's the view from above, weather from space. Now, let's get you your weather on the 8th.
Currently in our area, 87 degrees, under partly cloudy skies. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Low 73. Winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, sunny along with a few afternoon clouds. High 92. Here's our 7-day outlook.
It's 2 o'clock, Mountain Time Zone, or 1 minute before 2. That means a lot of people are just about ready to hit the road for the holiday weekend. Huh?
Yep, they got their bags packed up and ready to go. New York, Chicago, Vegas, always among those travel hot spots.
But there are a few areas of the country where we got some storms rumbling. South Carolina, Utah at the present time.
And some of those, Texas and Oklahoma, couldn't be happier about it.
You are right.
From the Weather Channel headquarters in Atlanta, what are you watching?
Weather Center Live, my friends.
I like it.
That's what we're talking about here. Come on in here. Yeah, come on in here. Let's have a party. Hey, we're looking at the Midwest a lot over the next few days. I'm Dave Schwartz.
And I'm Alex Wilson. The usual areas have a chance of seeing severe weather this weekend, but right now we're watching the Carolinas under a threat. And look at this picture. My friend Casey just sent this to me via Facebook. In Moore, South Carolina, this southwest of Spartanburg, and once again, we are talking about some serious hail.
Now, that's serious hail, all right. That's within the last, what, hour and a half?
Last hour.
Dr. Greg Forbes is going to let us know where the next storms will be.
Yeah, and we've had some reports of even tennis ball size hail in upstate South Carolina. But yesterday, 4 inches in parts of New York State. We thought we were done with the hail there, but the cold pocket loft is still there. There's some hail and a severe thunderstorm warning right now in New York, Connecticut. Take a look here, White Plains, New York, heading over toward the Connecticut area. We're talking about Fairfield County, Connecticut, Putnam, and Westchester counties in New York State, with around the Bedford area there with a possibility of some hail. This is probably not going to be 4 inch though, but you might get something that could be getting pretty close to 1 inch hail. And so the real warm air that will support the bigger hail, maybe tennis ball size, is down in parts of the Carolinas here. In fact, much of South Carolina, including Columbia, Charleston's hit at least 97, a daily record there. So the warmth and instability are there. What we don't have so much today as what we had yesterday is southeast winds. Most of the winds today ahead of this cold front that's sagging south are from the northwest, as are the winds aloft. So not much change of wind direction with height. A lot of moisture pushing up into Texas and Oklahoma for heavy rain and isolated severe thunderstorms there, but it's in South Carolina where we've had the biggest hail so far today. This storm south of Spartanburg County has produced golf ball to tennis ball size hail. Right now that biggest hail core is right near the Pauline area. going to head over east into the area just to the east of Union. A new warning, in fact, pushed farther to the east for Union County from that storm. And on its heels, well, this is the biggest hail core, the hail tracker. So you can see there that the biggest hail has been south and east of Fairmont, heading over toward that Pauline area. And then there's another storm on the way that's heading back toward the Piedmont area. Anderson, Greenville, and Pickens County. Pickens County earlier had a golf ball hail. So it's a day with large hail. The only place that has about a chance of a tornado is right along the coastal areas, where we have the northwest winds aloft at the surface colliding with a sea breeze front. So when the storms hit that briefly, they'll get a bit of a change of wind direction. A chance of a tornado there near Myrtle Beach and Wilmington later on this evening. Not a very high chance, though. Severe thunderstorms also have left the boundary here across the base of the Texas Panhandle down into areas east of El Paso, and we'll get some heavy rain and severe thunderstorms there. Anywhere, in fact, from parts of Colorado, New Mexico, Texas. Maybe something will form over into central parts of Oklahoma. And with the upper low continuing, we'll have that severe threat in many of these same areas, the high plains and the southern plains, into the weekend tomorrow. The same kind of severe threat as well, and some heavy rain in these areas. And for that heavy rain threat, let's talk more about it with Dave.
And we've been talking about this for days, Dr. Forbes, the drought that's been going on here, not just in California, but over the entire Southwest, including Texas and Oklahoma and Kansas and New Mexico. All those states are getting rain right now, and plenty of it. Here in western Oklahoma, reports of over 3 inches of rain. And now near Snyder, Texas, a flood warning has been issued for Snyder and the rest of Scurry County here in West Texas. You can see this heading toward the east. This is eventually going to die off here, but well before it hits Mineral Wells or Dallas. But new thunderstorms are developing in the afternoon heat, and if you look closely, you find the low-level winds, or these small puffy clouds, moving westward. It's humid all the way into eastern New Mexico, and there are mountains here. So the air is rising, daytime heat, and we're getting individual thunderstorms. Some of these severe, heads up in Albuquerque, too. So more thunderstorms, more heavy rain. Altus, Hobart, Oklahoma, Snyder, Texas, Amarillo, and Lubbock, places we've needed it for years. We're getting it right through the weekend. For more on the drought and the impact, here's Alex.
Well, Dave, you know the Texas farmers are happy because they need this rain to help alleviate historic drought. But it's falling during the winter wheat harvest. Wichita County Commissioner Barry Mahler joins us on the phone right now. And Commissioner, thank you so much for joining us. I want to start by asking, are there mixed emotion among farmers, or do they want this rain regardless of the timing?
Alex, this is an interesting phenomenon because we are just at the beginning of our winter wheat harvest. And I was out in the county yesterday talking with a number of producers who were actually beginning their harvest. And 4 or 5 of those guys told me, and I've never heard this before, from about mid-May till early June, is I hope we rain out. I mean, there is no doubt. We're in the 3rd year, cutting the 3rd short crop here. These guys know what kind of trouble we're in. They are absolutely wanting it to rain, even with the combine sitting on the turn row.
And what crops are in the field right now that are going to benefit from this rain?
Well, all of them. As a matter of fact, let me explain. This is hard red winter wheat area. We plant wheat in the fall. It goes somewhat dormant through the winter and then perks back up in the spring. And we harvest beginning about now through the first few days of June. So anytime you're in a harvest situation of any crop, you don't really want rain because it lowers the quality and it can also take away the quantity of the crop just through deterioration. So this is the time of the year when we really don't want it. Then, of course, there are also spring-planted crops in the region, and certainly we need moisture to get those going. We're talking about cotton and grain sorghums and some of the products that we use for livestock feed through the summer, and we're wanting to get those planted. It's going to definitely benefit those spring-planted crops because we're going to now have the moisture to get them in. If this thing proves out to be what we're hearing on the Weather Channel, and we're keeping our fingers crossed, this is going to get them going. But I've never seen producers who want it to rain when they've got a crop in the field. We're in new territory here.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, Wichita County Commissioner Barry Mahler. Dave, over to you.
Okay, Alex. Well, you've heard of 2 sport athletes like Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, Dave Schwartz once upon a time, but they never played football and baseball all on the same day. Now, straight ahead, race car driver Kurt Busch drops by to tell us about the unprecedented feat he's trying to accomplish this Sunday. Plus, a look at today's weather headlines, including some amazing pictures of this dust storm. It's moving left to right. Can you tell? There it is. It's in the biggest little city in the world. Let's take a look at Memorial Day forecast for Las Vegas. We're in the 80s, and we're headed toward the 90-degree mark, and that warming trend is going to continue right through Monday with low humidity and a lot of heat.
Jack.
Energizer protects your devices from damaging leaks.
The best part of coming together is how delicious it can be. Hershey's S'mores, the unmistakable taste that reminds us that life is delicious.
This is Kevin. To prove to you that Aleve is the better choice for him, he's agreed to give it up.
It's today?
We'll be with him all day as he goes back to taking Tylenol.
That was okay, but after lunch my knee started to hurt again, and now I've got to take more pills. Yeah, another pill stop. Can I get my Aleve back yet? For my pain, I want my Aleve.
Look for the Easy Open Red Arthritis Cap.
I'm taking a beating here down to the ground as we're just dealing with these sheets of rain and winds that are howling 50, 60 miles per hour. I'm going to ride this one out, guys. I'm going to ride this one out right here.
Currently in our area, 87 degrees, under partly cloudy skies. Tonight, generally clear. Low 73. Winds south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, sunny along with a few afternoon clouds. High 92. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Treacherous highway in the world to experience the high risk of heavy rescue. Highway Through Hell, Sundays at 10 on the Weather Channel.
I missed so many workouts, my treadmill started to dress better than I did. The problem was the pain. Hard to believe, but Dr. Scholl's Active Series insoles reduce shock by 40% and give you immediate pain relief from 3 sports injuries. Amazing. Now I'm a believer.
In for Memorial Day savings. Get 5 bags of mulch for just $10 at Lowe's.
Momentum has a way of quietly exploding onto the scene. The new Ram 1500 Eco Diesel with 28 highway miles per gallon, 420 pound-feet of torque. Guts, glory, Ram.
Taking a live look at Indianapolis, Indiana, and the clear skies above. Just a few pieces of cumulus clouds out there. It's dry. We have a northwest wind all across the state. It's beautiful. From the cool spot, Gary at 65 to Evansville at 78 degrees. Well, the Indianapolis 500 will roll this Sunday and part of the biggest weekend of the year in motorsports with the Coca-Cola 600 also on Sunday in Charlotte. Now this morning, Al Roker tracked down a couple of the stars from the racing world. I can't imagine tracking down it. Al Roker tracked down Marco Andretti and Kurt Busch. And Kurt is going to try to compete in both races, but only if the weather works out for it.
It's a big challenge to run the Indy 500 and the Coke 600 in the same day. And, you know, for me, Memorial Day weekend means a lot about our military and to show honor and respect. So I'm driving for the military as a passion.
So, Marco, tell me, what's the stress of this? I mean, this got to be a real physical toll for somebody to do this.
Yeah, this guy's insane, man. I thought I had a lot on my plate with 500 miles. I mean, but the difference is not the 1,100 miles. The difference is driving two totally different cars. I mean, you can compare it like baseball and basketball, probably. That's how different the two cars are.
Playing the game in the same day.
And he adapts, man. Yeah.
Wow, that's nuts. Now, the weather looks like it's going to be pretty good. 80 in Indianapolis and sunny, 84 in Charlotte, but you guys will be racing in the evening. Do you have to make adjustments for that?
Yeah, the warmer the track conditions, the tougher it is, and then the engines don't breathe as well. So weather has a lot to do with how fast we get to go and then how comfortable the cars can feel on the track. So most importantly, though, if Mother Nature doesn't cooperate, I would be late to the Coca-Cola 600
if there was rain. Because you got to fly from one to the other.
So she really dictates. So I'm glad I got the update from you on that.
We all are, actually. Hey, here's the forecast for Indianapolis 500. Sunday race time, just a little after noon. 79 is our forecast temperature, and it'll be very comfortable, just as it is right now in Indianapolis. For the other race, Coca-Cola 600 in Charlotte, race time is 6 p.m. and that evening temperature at 82. High pressure in control of most of the eastern half of the country coming up this weekend. And our last stop takes us to the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, where we'll be looking at rain in West Texas, but not here. It'll be a close call, though. Saturday and Sunday, a mix of clouds and sun. High temperatures in the upper 80s, and there will be humidity there. You better believe that. All right, now back to Alex with this.
Thank you so much, Dave. Let's take a look at some of today's weather headlines. We want to start in upstate New York.
This reminds me of stuff you see out west, not here. And still can't believe it.
Folks there cleaning up downed trees, power lines, and debris from their homes after a storm system whipped through the Albany area. The National Weather Service confirms a tornado blew through this area, Duanesburg, but they do not have a rating. The slide fire in Arizona is now 7,500 acres. Crews hope to have it fully contained relatively soon. They've been able to keep it from burning any homes or businesses, but it has scorched some yards. It's burning north of Phoenix between Sedona and Flagstaff. And a dust storm covers the biggest little city in the world. Lasted about 20 minutes, so if you were in a casino, you probably had no idea it was even going on. Station KRNV also gave us these pictures to show you what it looked like. We've got another view at night and a daylight version as well for you. Winds gusted as much as 40 miles an hour. These are happening more often the past few years through parts of Nevada and Arizona.
Have you ever been in one of those dust storms before?
Oh, I thought you were going to say, have I ever been in a casino? No, haven't been in a dust storm.
Have you ever been in a casino? No, we don't have to know.
I have.
Those dust storms are amazing.
Very
it's
cool
like
stuff.
You see it coming and then it's like,
I think you get the better pictures, though, obviously, when you're outside it, but can't even imagine what it's like in there.
It's a trip. Well, it's going to be a wild ride to get out of town for some folks this weekend. We're trapping developing storms.
And since you're watching us right now, we know you like to see stars, right? Nah, how about some shooting stars, though? There is a great show just hours away. You might be able to catch it right in your backyard. We'll tell you how.
Working toward a brighter tomorrow. CSX. How tomorrow moves.
I'm the protector of my patio. Killing weeds where they grow. A barrier forms so weeds can't appear. Serious weed prevention up to a year.
New Roundup Max Control 365.
So I'm fighting weeds on opening day and preventing weeds while I get away. Weeds stay dead as we carve this beast, and they still aren't back when I cook this feast.
New Roundup Max Control 365.
One more time, let me make it clear. With no more weeds, it's your year.
Sonic has like every slush flavor someone could ever want.
That's right. This is basically slush headquarters.
Where sour blue raspberry plans world domination.
What?
Get colorful with new Sonic slushes, now available with Nerds candy. This is how you Sonic.
Everything
is ruined.
It's okay. We're ready.
When the things that matter most are on the line, make sure we are too. The Fire and Water Cleanup Team at 1-800-SERVE-PRO. Like it never even happened.
Sometimes the best used car on the road is the one you're still using. Right now, get a synthetic blend oil change, including a free battery check for only $19.99 at Firestone Complete Auto Care. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone.
Victims of mesothelioma and lung cancer caused by asbestos and their families may be entitled to receive a cash award from over $18 billion in asbestos trust funds now available. If you or a loved one was diagnosed with mesothelioma or lung cancer caused by asbestos, call the number on your screen now. Even if a loved one has passed due to mesothelioma or asbestos lung cancer, you may still be entitled to a cash award. Mesothelioma is a rare cancer caused by exposure to asbestos. Many victims were in the Navy, shipyards, or power plants, or worked in the construction, plumbing, insulation, or automotive trades. Many more were exposed in and around their homes. For nearly 30 years, we have successfully helped thousands of victims and families get the financial compensation they deserve. Time is limited. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed caused by exposure to asbestos,
call 1-800-278-0768 now.
It's the essential guide to hurricane season with the official first forecast and this. Wow! Hurricane Prep Rally on AMHQ, Friday, May 30th, only the Weather Channel.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8s, brought to you by Ace, the helpful place.
Hey neighbor, make the most of your Memorial Day weekend with lots of great savings at Ace, including Miracle-Gro potting mix, only $6.99 after $3 instant savings. Watch your flowers grow bigger, better, faster.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Currently in our area, 89 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, generally clear. Low 73. Winds south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, sunny along with a few afternoon clouds. High 92. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Well, take a look at this as we welcome you back into Weather Center Live. We've got a foggy scene around the San Francisco area. 61 degrees right now on your thermometer, but we got to talk severe weather because the ride could be much messier over into parts of the east, even the central U.S., as severe storms are firing as we speak. We've got the watch for areas in South Carolina, North Carolina, even a little bit of Georgia until 9 o'clock Eastern time. This severe thunderstorm warning or watch does include some areas where we do have some warnings in effect. You can see this one into Union County in South Carolina. This is the one that brought some large hail. We're talking over ping pong ball size in the Moore area. This is now looking at Monarch, Union, and West Spring. So that's going to be soon moving over 77 after it moves out of Union County. We've got another storm you can see further back towards Pickens, Oconee County. This one not severe at this point. Then we're watching some storms over into parts of Texas, Oklahoma, also New Mexico. We do have one severe warning off towards the south and east of the Albuquerque area. Let's take a closer look at this one. No reports coming out of this, but we could see some large hail. We've got Lincoln County, Socorro, and Torrance County until 3:15 Mountain Time for this warning. These are the areas we're watching. We've got eastern New Mexico, portions of Texas, and even up into Oklahoma, including the Oklahoma City area, as our best chance zones for severe weather. Tomorrow, Amarillo, Lubbock, San Angelo. You're noticing some of the same areas that we're watching today could again see the storms tomorrow. And look at Sunday. Many of the same spots still watching for that threat of hail, damaging winds. The good news is, Dave, these storms could bring some very heavy rainfall to areas that desperately need to see it. Over to you.
Looks like we won't have clear skies in the southern high plains, but if we do, over your house, you're in for a treat. You're going to want to take advantage of an awesome show in the sky. That's right, meteorites. This morning on AMHQ with Sam Champion, we got some expert information about a magnificent meteor shower and when prime time will be to catch a glimpse of a shooting star.
This comet Linear has been circling the sun for centuries, but a close encounter with Jupiter in 2012 put it on a closer path to the Earth.
Okay, and maybe that's why we haven't, if it's been around such a long time, we haven't been talking about it a lot because it hasn't made a close pass to us yet.
That's right, and when the comet comes close to the sun, it sheds lots of gas and dust, little particles. Those particles, when the Earth plows through them, we get shooting stars in our upper atmosphere.
Okay, and now are they always the same size shooting stars, or will some be larger and some be smaller? And
some will be larger and some smaller, so there'll be some bright ones and a lot of faint ones. So for seeing this, you want to go someplace where it's really dark.
Okay, and so you don't want that sky pollution, that light pollution around you. You want to take that loved one, keep them from looking up at the sky. And then is there a particular time when they're really going to fire out, or is it as soon as the skies darken?
Well, the good news is that North America is prime real estate for this. The bad news is that it's going to be late in the night, early morning hours. The peak is predicted 3 a.m. tomorrow morning on the West Coast for right around midnight.
Okay, and is there one better spot in the country to see it than others?
No, this is going to be a very widespread event, and what you want to look for, Sam, are little things like this, little particles. These are great net zero, but about this size. They'll be slamming into the atmosphere at 40,000 miles an hour, and that's what will make those shooting stars.
Well, if you'd like more information on tonight's meteor shower, including the best places to see it and stunning views of comets, log on to weather.com. Now here's Alex with more.
All right, Dave, we continue to track some severe weather in the Carolinas. We'll have that for you next with Dr. Greg Forbes. Plus, California's treasured wine country is falling victim to the drought. In the next 10 minutes, you'll see how the vineyards are fighting back with technology. Want to take a look at another Memorial Day forecast for you. This one for the Orlando area. You're looking at Daytona on the left. Orlando's forecast, hot to start Saturday in the mid-90s. Mid-90s on Sunday with spotty thunderstorms. We'll keep that small chance of a thunderstorm on Monday with temps around 91 for your Memorial Day. Your local on the 8th is next.
To you, they're more than just a pet, so protect them with K9 Advantix 2. Its broad-spectrum protection kills fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes, too. K9 Advantix 2, for the love of dog.
Hello, beautiful. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Hi, Anthony. How much does my discount double check save me?
About $150.
Done.
I don't have State Farm, but insurance, find me money.
I got you $1. Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. There to help you with unexpected savings. That's getting to a better state.
Introducing Thompson's Water Seal Waterproofing Stain. The seal just got better. With stain and sealer in one and easy-to-choose colors, exceptional beauty and protection have never been easier. New Thompson's Water Seal Waterproofing Stain. Exclusively at the Home Depot.
The Atlantis Memorial Day sale is here. For 1 week only, receive summer rates starting from $199, plus a $250 airfare credit and an all-access pass to the Cartoon Network experience. Offer ends May 27th.
The six-cylinder Lexus GS with more standard horsepower than any of its German competitors. This is a wake-up call. Lease the 2014 GS 350 for $449 a month for 24 months. See your Lexus dealer.
If you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis like me, and you're talking to your rheumatologist about a biologic, this is Humira. This is Humira helping to relieve my pain. This is Humira helping me lay the groundwork. This is Humira helping to protect my joints from further damage. Doctors have been prescribing Humira for 10 years. Humira works by targeting and helping to block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to RA symptoms. Humira is proven to help relieve pain and stop further joint damage in many adults.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal events such as infections, lymphoma, or other types of cancer have happened. Blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure have occurred. Before starting Humira, your doctor should test you for TB. Ask your doctor if you live in or have been to a region where certain fungal infections are common. Tell your doctor if you have had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have symptoms such as fever, fatigue, cough, or sores. You should not start Humira if you have any kind of infection.
Take the next step. Talk to your doctor. This is Humira at work.
No matter what you're building, get professional results with Quikrete fast-setting concrete in the red bag. It sets hard in minutes. Find out more at Quikrete.com. Quikrete, for over 70 years, it's what America's made of.
I'm taking a beating here down to the ground as we're just dealing with these sheets of rain and winds that are howling 50, 60 miles per hour. I'm going to ride this one out, guys. I'm going to ride this one out right here.
Currently in our area, 89 guys. Tonight, generally clear. Low 73. Winds south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, sunny along with a few afternoon clouds. High 92. Here's our 7-day outlook.
I make one mistake and I'm dead.
Hey, take a look. We've got 4 cities up here. Memorial Day weekend is here, and there are some of the top vacation destinations. We'll show you what your city has in store for the weekend. A lot of the country better get their umbrellas, or at least some of us.
In the biz, we call that a quad box. New York, LA, Chicago, and San Fran in the quad box.
Temperatures in all those places range between 67 and 69, all 4 of them. So it's kind of a cool start to Memorial Day, at least there. Yeah. Hey, thanks for tuning into Weather Center Live. I'm Dave Schwartz.
I'm Alex Wilson. We want to check in right now with our severe weather expert, Dr. Greg Forbes, because Dr. Forbes, we've seen some large hail once again today.
Yeah, we have. We've had some hail up to tennis ball size just in EF3 tornado, 140 mile per hour in upstate parts of New York west of Albany yesterday. We'll get more details on that coming up. Here's the situation. We thought we'd be done with the northeast and hail threats, but there actually are some thunderstorms around New York City up to White Plains and Danbury, Connecticut. In fact, one of them that has the possibility of damaging wind gusts and maybe some 1-inch hail, Fairfield, Putnam, Westchester counties there on the New York-Connecticut border. That's under the cold pocket aloft. The cold front is pushed well to the south, so the warm air is way down in the Carolinas, and that's where we have severe thunderstorm watches. Eastern part of South Carolina and North Carolina, and especially much of the state of South Carolina, and that's where we've had the large hail today. Could be some tennis ball size hail and maybe a spotty 70 mile per hour gust. The difference today is, unlike yesterday, we don't have as much southeast winds. The prevailing surface winds are from the northwest along with the winds aloft, so not much directional change of the winds with height across that watch area. We do have a lot of southerly flow bringing in the Gulf of Mexico moisture to Texas, Oklahoma, and it actually keeps going north of that, so heavy rain and some severe thunderstorms. Now in South Carolina, storms have rolled from southwest to south of Spartanburg and now over into Union County, where there still could be some large hail. Still a warning there. Brand new storm, though, farther down to the south and east, getting close to the coastal areas, Florence, Horry, and Marion counties. And I wanted to show you this because there's one place that does have some wind shifts with height. I mentioned surface winds and upper air winds coming in from the northwest, but the sea breeze front has come onshore there near the Myrtle Beach, Longs area up toward Wilmington, North Carolina. And as this storm with hail in it comes southeast, it might get a little bit of rotation there as it gets toward the coastal areas. I've timed that out. We'll hope it doesn't happen, but be on the lookout near the Myrtle Beach area and just inland of Myrtle Beach, just around 5:30 or so, for the possibility of maybe you might get a funnel cloud, or maybe that storm might intensify as it hits that boundary. We do have another boundary that is pushed south across the base of the Texas Panhandle. Other severe thunderstorms across New Mexico into southwest parts of Texas. So we could have some severe weather out there as well. It'll be spotty from Colorado down into parts of New Mexico, Texas. Maybe it'll build its way into Oklahoma, and even up into Wyoming. We've had a report of perhaps a stray tornado there today. Over the weekend, this upper low that's spawning all of that action will continue ever so slowly eastward. So tomorrow, New Mexico, parts of Texas again with heavy rain and severe thunderstorms. Sunday, pretty much the same areas once again. So that considered, Alex, thunderstorms with same areas with heavy rain means we're probably going to see some flooding. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, flooding going to be a concern. These are areas, though, Dr. Forbes, that we've been talking about, of course, wanting to see the rain. It is much needed for the southern plains because take a look at the drought status for the state of Texas. Exceptional drought. 25% of the state is under that. Last week, we were looking at 21% of the state. It's that dark shade of red, almost the burgundy color that you're seeing up into the Panhandle and through the central part of the state. So exceptional drought, the worst category of drought. These are areas that really need to see the rain. They are getting it too much at times. We got a flash flood warning off towards the south and east of Lubbock, but very beneficial rain also coming to western Oklahoma. The Panhandle of that state, western part of that state, also dealing with the drought conditions. Exceptional drought there. You can see that upper level low spawning the thunderstorms through parts of New Mexico and then further off towards the east into Texas and Oklahoma. And as Dr. Forbes said, this is going to be very slow moving. So a lot of the same areas will see the showers and storms each day. Today, it's areas into eastern New Mexico and the Panhandle, western sections of Texas. But notice tomorrow, that severe risk zone doesn't really move much. Amarillo and Midland once again watching for it. And these same locations will see showers and thunderstorms into your Sunday. Rainfall accumulations through Sunday, 1 to 2 inches in the areas in that deeper green, western Oklahoma into western Texas. Wichita Falls, an area we've been telling you a lot about, less than an inch, but still they will take what they can get, Dave.
Yes, we will. You know, we wrap up our special series, Cracked, Running Out of Water, in the wine mecca of America. Now, not Napa, California, not Sonoma, but the fertile wine country of Paso Robles, further south, or Paso Robles. They're also dealing with this epic drought. Mike Bettis shows us how they're using technology to fight back.
It includes about 200 wineries and spans 32,000 vineyard acres. Wine Enthusiast magazine called Paso Robles the 2013 Wine Region of the Year. But the area has received less than a third of its normal rainfall in the past 3 years.
The Stockwater Pond, they've been here for several centuries. Normal water level would be up by that stump up there.
It's becoming a little bit more intense, where many of our wine growers are having to take on and learn new practices in order to be best sustainable for the future.
The makers of Ancient Peaks wines may not be fortune tellers, but they were somehow able to see into the future.
When this vineyard was planted, we actually got certified sustainable in 2009, and part of that certification was our use of water. And we actually got a lot of points in that certification because we used low volume emitters for frost protection, with drip irrigation.
We're pulsating water through these emitting sprinklers here, these little pulsators, and it covers these little flowers here, which will become the grape cluster. Those clusters are then covered in ice. As it thaws, it creates heat and protects that cluster so that it'll bear fruit. A normal overhead sprinkler frost protection system uses about 3 times the water that these little pulsators use.
And that's not their only drought-busting technique.
We've actually added wind machines and stopped using water for frost protection. This is the first year we've introduced those, and if they work the way we think they're going going to work. We're going to add more wind machines.
Here on the Santa Margarita Ranch, we're using a lot of compost. So we've got some compost here with a little bit of gypsum in it. This compost application to the vineyard is going to allow the vine itself to better utilize the little water that it has available to it.
But they've had to sell off much of their cattle due to lack of feed on the ranch. And if they have to, they'll lower their fruit yield, which would then require less supplemental watering.
My worst fear when it comes to drought as a winemaker is that it just extends on and on for years and years. I mean, that's going to make our jobs tougher, I think, to grow healthy plants that are in balance. But it's nothing we can't overcome. I mean, that's, as a grower and a farmer, it's a pure optimism we live under. If we didn't, we wouldn't be farmers.
Wow, Ancient Peaks Wines. I'm going to keep an eye out for them. You know, the wise ecological practices they're using.
Yeah, Mike Bettis, thank you so much for the report. And the co-owner of Ancient Peaks does say his crop size currently looks to be about average, but there's still a lot that can happen between now and the end of the season. You know, we often talk about, if you study wines, you hear that dry years actually can yield some really great wines because you like the grapes to struggle a little bit, especially for the sweet ones. Exactly. But obviously, with no water, you can't even keep the vines alive. So there's that definite line between, you know, just a little bit of lack of water and then what they're dealing with.
Right. So they're constantly weighing it. Next Thursday night, we'll have a special investigation of the drought crisis entitled Drought Cracked, Running Out of Water. That's next Thursday night at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, right here on the Weather Channel.
All right, and we're going to be watching that. Calling all shutterbugs. For now, that one great picture could win you $15,000. We'll tell you how next.
$15,000. Plus, some incredible video rolling into the Weather Channel. This one, plus some very ominous coming up in today's top 5 videos.
Ooh.
Here's the forecast for San Diego
or
and
LA.
Los Angeles. Yeah, low 80s by Monday.
Currently in our area, 88 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, generally clear. Low 73. Winds south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, sunny along with a few afternoon clouds. High 92. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Best Western, stay 3 separate times and get a free night. And use it here. Or here. Or even here. And when you stay, enjoy breakfast and free high-speed internet. Book now at bestwestern.com.
Save big on oil at Pep Boys. Get an unbelievable price on 5 quarts of Pennzoil Platinum Synthetic Oil and a Purolator filter, just $22.99. Or let us do it for you with a full-service Pep Boys conventional oil change for only $21.99. Trust the boys to get you there.
When you're ready,
ServPro, how can we help?
help gets there faster. The cleanup specialists at 1-800-ServPro and ServPro.com. Helping make fire and water damage like it never even happened.
Humans. One day we're coming up with the theory of relativity, the next, not so much. But that's okay. You're covered with great ideas like optional better car replacement from Liberty Mutual Insurance. Total your car and we give you the money to buy one a model year newer. Learn about it at libertymutual.com. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Responsibility. What's your policy?
Check.
Energizer protects your devices from damaging leaks.
Rock a 3D White smile with Crest 3D White Luxe toothpaste. Only Crest 3D White has White Lock technology. It removes stains within the microfine lines of your teeth and locks out future stains. Crest 3D White Luxe toothpaste. Life opens up with a whiter smile.
Looks like he's craving Italian.
There are lots of Fiat cars to choose from, like the four-door 500L. Which is surprisingly big.
Hurry in for Memorial Day savings. Get a Kingsford Charcoal 2-pack for just $9.99 at Lowe's.
I missed so many workouts, my treadmill started to dress better than I did. The problem was the pain. Hard to believe, but Dr. Scholl's Active Series insoles reduce shock by 40% and give you immediate pain relief from 3 sports injuries. Amazing. Now I'm a believer.
Unwrap your paradise. Soft, sweet coconut covered in rich, creamy chocolate. Almond Joy and Mounds. Unwrap paradise.
It handled the Great Hoagie Fight of 2011.
89 thunderstorms.
And 90 spilled drinks.
And the hallway of 10,000 fingerprints.
Olympic paints and stains are made to endure busy homes, so they're guaranteed for real life. Insist on Olympic. And introducing Olympic Rescue It Resurfacer. There's no better way to transform worn, weathered wood and concrete into beautiful, barefoot-friendly surfaces. From America's most trusted brand since 1938. Available at Lowe's.
That is the craziest hill I've...
Oh my God! That's a lot of hail. Oh my goodness. Look at the size of that hail. Oh my God.
Stay back, stay back.
Look at my cars. Our cars are going to be so dinged out.
Oh my God, it cracked our window.
What? Oh my God.
It cracked our window.
Oh my God.
Well, you know, we show off all your great weather photos and videos all the time here on the Weather Channel. And now that picture could be worth $15,000. We are looking for photos that showcase a passion for weather's impact to your world. We want pro and amateur photos alike. Go to weather.com/photo contest to learn more and to enter your photos. You need to send it to us by June 15th. You can enter?
What?
Well, I guess we can't enter, but
We can enter.
do you have any pictures that you find especially braggable?
Weather-wise, I've got some good mammatus clouds and a good thunderhead, the top of it.
Nice.
Awesome. With the sun there, beautiful.
Cool stuff. I'm
Time for the top 5.
Let's do it. All right, it is our Friday, and we've got some amazing weather videos from around the world. Dave, let's start with number 5.
Here's number 5, flooding in Ohio the other day. That's when the cold front was headed southward across the Great Lakes. Where's the hydrant? Right. I'd say, you know, we got all the water we need out there. They could just scoop that water up and take it to the fire with them. You be careful. You know, you might not be able to get through floodwaters as smoothly as this big old truck sitting high off the road.
All right, number 4. The people of Wyomissing, Pennsylvania thought they'd do a little shopping yesterday until they had to run for cover because golf ball-sized hail came down hard, shattered the skylights at this mall near Reading, Pennsylvania. This is the Berkshire Mall, and my mom just texted me and said that I used to go to that mall when I was just a little wee bit. I went to go Mangers, Wanamaker's. That's what I used to call it.
There was a Wanamaker's there?
There was.
Get out. I worked at Wanamaker's in Philadelphia.
I used to want to go to Mangers. I was a shopper from the start.
Number
Don't like to see injured malls.
3. This is not far from where this is Wilmington, Delaware.
Yeah, this is not too far from Philadelphia, an area that doesn't really see big hail like this. And
Oh my God.
Yeah, there she goes.
Got their attention and cracked their windows.
Call the insurance man.
Number 2, this is a reported tornado cell passing through the Richmond, Virginia area yesterday. You're looking at a time lapse. This view's cool, but the next view I think is really...
Because it's coming straight at you, right?
It's good stuff. Yeah, you get to see that storm move in and that torrential rainfall comes along with it.
Yeah.
Yep. Wait for it. Boom. And just as quickly as it rolled through, it's out of here.
Now
Hey, you got your wish. Number 1 video this hour.
Oh, how about that? Frankfort, Michigan. we're fishing out there. But what is that? Is that snow on the bluffs?
Is that
on
a
the
mountain?
dunes?
What is that?
It's a fog bank. A fog bank. Now, you can upload your videos anytime at weather.com/photos or on the Weather Channel app.
Good stuff.
I love that video.
That is awesome from the Platte Bay area. Well, it's a frightening what if. A powerful tornado strikes Washington, D.C. Iconic landmarks could be destroyed and a major threat to our government as well.
And so much for the cherry trees, right?
Right?
Yeah.
You will see how it could happen Monday night on Tornado Alley.
A nation watches as a nightmare unfolds. The apocalyptic forces of an EF5 tornado are on a collision course with Washington, D.C. America's most iconic structures are under attack by Mother Nature. The Lincoln Memorial, the White House, and the Capitol building are squarely in the path of destruction. Washington, D.C. is face to face with one of the most powerful tornadoes nature can produce.
Watch what could happen if a monster tornado hit Washington, D.C. I think we did see what happened.
Well, we
but
did. It
obviously,
wasn't good.
There's a lot more. Monday night, 9 o'clock Eastern, only on the Weather Channel.
And you know, it's a week before the official start of Atlantic hurricane season, but there's reason to take notice in the Atlantic already.
That's right. The hurricane hunters say now is the time to prepare, but they're worried people along the coast may not take this season as seriously as they should.
All right, that's coming up. But first, we've got to look at your Memorial Day forecast for Chicago. Sunshine, sunshine, partly cloudy. We'll take it.
Is that perfect or what?
How about over there?
What does it mean to have an unlimited mileage warranty on a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz? What does it mean to drive as far as you want for up to 3 years and be covered? It means your odometer is there to record the memories. During the Mercedes-Benz Certified Pre-Owned Sales event, now through June 2nd, you'll get complimentary prepaid maintenance and may qualify for a 2-month payment credit, only at your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer.
It's coming. Get ready for the passion, the pageantry, the drama, everything great about college sports. For 3 days live. The NCAA Golf Championships, beginning Monday at 3 Eastern, only on Golf Channel.
Currently in our area, 88 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, generally clear. Low 73. Winds south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, sunny along with a few afternoon clouds. High 92. Here's our 7-day outlook.
This season, we're taking back the backyard. Let's mix, let's match, and let's grab these guys. Add this guy. Ooh, and this cool new thing. Save all these guys, and then let's mix it up. Let's turn the space we always had into the space we've always wanted. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Grab Easy Color for your yard, guaranteed to last all year. 4 bags, just $10.
People all over the world know us, but they don't yet know we're a family. We're right where you need us. At the next job, next adventure, or at the next exit. Helping you explore super destinations and do everything under the sun. 12 brands, more hotels than anyone else in the world. So wherever you want to be, whatever you want to do, chances are we're already there. Save up to 25% and earn bonus points when you book at WyndhamRewards.com.
My football contract forbids me from riding motorcycles. That's a problem, because I really want to ride the new Can-Am Spyder. Luckily, I found a loophole.
You're retiring?
I'm retiring. It has it all. An exhilarating ride with awesome stability and control.
There's no better time to buy a Can-Am Spyder. Now through May 31st, get up to a $3,000 rebate on select models, plus a 3-year warranty. Watch the ride that made Drew's agent cry at CanAmSpyder.com.
Mesothelioma victims and their loved ones may be entitled to a cash award from the $18 billion in asbestos trust funds, and you may not have to file a lawsuit to qualify. If diagnosed with mesothelioma or lung cancer caused by exposure to asbestos, call the number on your screen now. Even if a loved one had mesothelioma or asbestos lung cancer and has passed, your family may still be entitled to a cash award. Mesothelioma is a rare cancer caused by exposure to asbestos. Many victims worked in the Navy or in shipyards, mills, carpentry, roofing, insulation, construction, or automotive industries. For over 30 years, our legal team has successfully helped thousands of victims and families. Time is limited. You may not have to file a lawsuit. If your loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or lung cancer caused by exposure to asbestos, please call 1-855-266-2838 now. That's 1-855-266-2838.
It's the essential guide to hurricane season with the official first forecast and this. Wow! Hurricane Prep Rally on AMHQ, Friday, May 30th, only the weather.
And here's a look at it outside in Portland, Oregon. We've had some rain this morning. Still might be wet out there as we cross over the Willamette River. That's what we're looking at right there. Beautiful city, Portland. Temperatures are in the 60s here this afternoon. Good to see you, my friend. Time for the tropical update, and there's something to talk about in an organized sense in the Pacific Ocean this time. This will not have a direct effect on us here in the United States. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration earlier came up with a forecast of anywhere from 8 to 13 tropical storms for this coming year, the 2014 tropical season in the Atlantic Basin. And they figured that anywhere from 3 to 6 of them would become hurricanes, 1 or 2 major hurricanes, at least 110 miles per hour. Well, here's the Weather Channel forecast, and it falls pretty much in line with what NOAA said, don't you think? 11, 5, and 2. Then, on average, 12, 6, and 3. So we're all forecasting generally slightly less active than average year in the tropics. And that's because we're developing an El Nino weather pattern, thanks to the surface water temperatures off the coast of South America and the Pacific, giving rise to stronger winds aloft, which can shear off budding tropical systems, even in the Atlantic Basin. That's the reason why slightly less than average. We'll see. We'll see what shakes out. Here's what it looks like in the Pacific right now. We got our first named tropical storm. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, a tropical depression. Now a storm, Amanda, minimal, 40-mile-an-hour winds, and it's almost stationary, west-northwest at 3 miles an hour. There you can see the banding coming in toward a developing tropical system. There's Mexico, so it's a long ways away, and the forecast is for this to actually move further away from the Mexican coast, moving to the west-northwest. As it does, it'll eventually encounter shear from strong mid-level winds, and that should do away with Amanda. That's the latest on the tropics, all Pacific for now. Back to you, Alex.
Thank you, Dave. This is a perfect weekend to make sure you have a plan for hurricane season, because even if there's just one tropical storm or hurricane that threatens your home, you're going to want to be prepared ahead of time. NOAA's hurricane hunters fly in some of the wildest conditions, navigating powerful storms to bring vital information where it's needed most, back on the ground.
We go out and our mission is to provide real-time, clear and concise picture of the track of the storm, where it's going to make landfall. We take pride in that.
This time, they're landing along the Gulf Coast with a message. Experts from the National Hurricane Center, NOAA, FEMA, the Red Cross, and other groups are teaming up to encourage people to get ready for the upcoming hurricane season.
Now is the time for individuals to be prepared, for businesses to be prepared, to know what you're going to do and practice those plans. But do it now. Don't wait for a storm to occur, but now is the time to do it.
Last year, the U.S. wasn't hit by a hurricane, and experts worry that could lull citizens into a false sense of security.
There's a big difference between what the overall level of activity is, how busy a season is. That's very different from how bad it might be where you live.
So we want to know that.
So on this tour, they're preaching preparation, which is especially important along the Gulf Coast.
It's made us think about that hurricane season is here. It's upon us. Put them into action.
A call to take seriously as a new hurricane season looms.
I think about going out and doing a job so that people know when they need to evacuate so that their families can stay safe. And I absolutely want people to heed that warning because we're out there putting our lives at risk to do this job, and I want them to take it seriously.
Thanks, guys. Great work. Hey, what kind of plans do you have for the Memorial Day weekend? What are you doing on Monday to commemorate this holiday? Let's take a look at the forecast to see what Mother Nature has in store for you, my friend. First off, on Saturday, the showers continue in the northeast, and it'll continue to be very chilly. Coldest place in the country right now is Jamestown, New York. 72 in New York City, and then it warms up as we head south and west. That's where we hit some thunderstorms, and there are severe ones right now from Texas and New Mexico to North Dakota. They'll be back Saturday and Sunday. West Coast looks good, except for Seattle. Still some clouds. We've had some rain there today. LA at 76, San Francisco at 76. And on Memorial Day, if you're going to La Vista Memorial Park in San Diego for Memorial Day events, high temperature there will be up near 80, 70s right along the coast. Thunderstorms again, Dallas all the way up to Chi-Town, parts of the southeast, Ohio Valley, Tennessee Valley look great. That's a wrap on Memorial Day weekend forecast. Now back to you, Alex.
All right, thank you, Dave. Well, not everyone is going to have Chamber of Commerce weather for the Memorial Day weekend. Dr. Greg Forbes shows us which areas could be threatened by severe weather. Then pictures like these might be a little more green in the future, thanks to something big happening in the next several days.
Currently in our area, 87 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, generally clear. Low 73. Winds south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, sunny along with a few afternoon clouds. High 92. Here's our 7-day outlook.
I'm Chris Warren along with Kelly Cass, and thank you for watching Weather Center Live.
Here are the top stories we're watching.
This reminds me of stuff you see out west, not here. And I still can't believe it.
Severe weather doesn't care where you are. It can happen anywhere. As New York cleans up from a round of rough weather, millions are at risk for more strong storms today. We are pinpointing the biggest threats and where they'll strike.
And liquid gold, wet weather moves into rain-starved Texas. How it's expected to impact one of the driest places in the country. Coming up in a live interview.
And from coast to coast and everywhere in between, who's seeing sunshine and who's seeing rain for this Memorial Day weekend. From the Weather Channel headquarters in Atlanta, you're watching Weather Center Live.
That's some new video just into the Weather Channel. Look at all of this water and that fire truck plowing right through it.
That truck is going pretty fast, in fact, making a wake behind it. This was Troy, Ohio on Wednesday as storms dropped just buckets of rainfall across the Ohio Valley. You can see the waves that were generated as that fire truck just slashed through that high water.
And those guys are, trained to manage risk, so wherever they need to go is more important than worrying about what was in that water, apparently. Let's check in with Storm Tracker Jim Cantor. story to find out where we could see more heavy rain, possibly hail and lightning.
He's live in our Global Forecast Center. Hey, Jim.
Yeah, hey guys. Yeah, their job is to get that fire out as quickly as possible. You don't know if lives are at risk as well. So come hell or high water, they're going to go through it. No question about it. So let's talk about what we got going on out there. Again, it's our upper low in the southwest that's driving everything pretty much west of the Mississippi River. But we got a trough in the eastern part of the country and a cold front sagging to the southeast that's keeping us active in through here. So two spots that we are going to cover for you. Let's go in and show you what we have going on. Torsi analysis showing now that the front is starting to become a little bit more parallel with the upper level wind flow. So we do expect again today our storms to move from northwest off to the southeast, and that's exactly what we're doing. And a few unique things going on with some of our storms today. First of all, along the boundary, we've had storms fire and push off to the southeast into the Chester area, back in towards Spartanburg, where we've already had some hail in the city. Another storm is fired on the boundary. So Cherokee and Spartanburg counties around the Pauline, Spartanburg, and Valley Falls area expect some hail and some heavy rain with this, as it's kind of lined up in a northwest to southeast fashion. And some of you could actually get hail for a little while here with all this, even though the hail core at this point isn't incredibly big. Here's a storm in Chester. Got a hail core in this, dropping pretty much toward 321. So if you live south of Chester, you will get the weather. I doubt downtown Chester will get much of anything from that storm as it pushes on off toward the southeast. And speaking of the southeast, we had a storm fire inland and is now moving toward what is an incredibly well-defined sea breeze. Look at that. Cool ocean water coming in with a tremendous heat. Temperatures in the 90s, 97 in Charleston today. So that's going to bring that air up. It's going to bring the air in, and of course much cooler water in through here is going to create this boundary. So now you've got storms that are dropping southeast and potentially going to intersect with that, and that may give them a little quick spin or a little quick hail, as Dr. Forbes tells me. They're already hail producers, and they've split a couple of times, so things could get interesting there. Now, let's take a look at the model data. 6 o'clock on. As you can see, Charleston after 97 degrees today. The model says get ready, really from about Wilmington all the way down here to Charleston and Savannah for some showers and some thunderstorms here. Some of these could actually be severe. So we'll take a look again at this Horry County storm, which has now gone severe, and also a look at your outlooks coming up a little bit later on this hour. Right now, let's go back to Chris and Kelly.
All right, thank you very much, Jim. Now what we're going to talk about is some very much needed rain that's eventually going to be working in to parts of the plains. Let's go ahead and take a look right now. We do see some clear skies here, but let's look at some much needed rain for the southern plains. And as we take a look at what's happening right now, the rain is coming down. So the rain is needed. The timing might be bad, and we're going to talk about that and why that might be the case. But just focusing on the water that will be seeping into the soil of the Lone Star State here. And this is what you can see, all the clouds and then the rain associated with that. And looking at what's going to happen this weekend. We have the setup with this low moving across the upper level low with that moisture coming in from the Gulf. It's going to mean periods of storms and a stalled out front. Also going to mean that there will be rain on and off. Another thing to think about too with this much needed rain is also the threat for some severe weather as well. You can see some lightning, possibly some strong storms out of these, possibly some very heavy rain, some damaging winds, and we'll have to watch out for hail as well. And then on Sunday, most of Texas still has a chance for at least some rain, and when it's all said and done through Sunday. So the next couple of days, right here through parts of central North Texas into Oklahoma, 1 to 2 inches of rain. Kelly?
Well, Chris, we do know that the rain is much needed across that area, but is the timing bad? It would definitely help farmers in Texas dealing with historic drought, but could the winter wheat harvest pay the price? We're joined now on the phone by Wichita County Commissioner Barry Mahler. And Commissioner, thanks for joining us. Are there mixed emotions among farmers, or do they want this rain regardless of the timing?
Well, Chris and Kelly, mainly this time of the year, rain is not something that North Texas wheat farmers would want to see. But I've talked with several neighbors that are producers here in Wichita County yesterday afternoon as they were just beginning their harvest run. And every one of them made the statement, say, we need to get this out, but hey, we hope we rain out, because everybody knows how desperate this is. This has been a 3-year ongoing deal. We're on our third short crop, and they know the only way to turn that around was some rainfall. And there's not going to be too many people too upset if it rains us out this time.
And what crops specifically are in the field now that could benefit from this rainfall?
Well, anything that'll be planted for spring, and we've still got some time in the window to get some spring crops planted, which would mainly in this part of the country be cotton. There would also be some feed crops planted, some milo, and some other feed crops for our livestock. Well, our livestock have been terribly devastated by the lack of pasture and certainly the lack of water. So, yes, this would be very timely to get some spring crops planted, and we'll get past this and get our wheat crop cut. So, yeah, it's a little inconvenient. It's a little inconvenient for those custom harvest crews that are in here from up north that want to continue to follow the golden grain north. But, boy, right now all I'm seeing is all smiles, and we're watching the west right now, hoping it'll begin anytime.
I hope for your sake as well. Wichita County Commissioner Barry Mahler, thank you so much for your time this evening, and we'll continue to pray for rain for you guys. Chris?
Thank you. We appreciate it.
And Kelly, every inch of California also in drought, and the wine industry taking a big hit.
My worst fear when it comes to droughts and winemakers that it just extends on and on for years and years. I mean, that's going to make our jobs tougher.
And water is a very important part of the wine process. Stick around to see the interesting way that some winemakers are turning a little bit of water into a lot of wine.
In the nation, it's not always pretty. But add brand new belongings from Nationwide Insurance, and we'll replace destroyed or stolen items with brand new versions. We take care of the heat, so you don't get burned. Just another way we put members first, because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation.
Nationwide is on.